My name is Brittany, and I'm a mechanical engineering sophomore at the University of Oklahoma, and my hometown is Flower Mound, Texas. So, my OU story starts off with a text message that my mom got from one of her friends asking if I would be interested in going on a bus tour from Dallas to Norman to tour the University of Oklahoma. And OU had been a school that I applied to, but it wasn't really high up on my list of colleges I wanted to attend. So I went on the bus trip, and that experience completely changed what I thought about OU. And after the trip, it moved up the ranks to my number one choice. And it moved up to that choice because whenever I was touring, I got to speak with actual engineering students. And not only that, but students that look like me pursuing what I wanted to pursue. And getting to meet with diversity and inclusion of the engineering college, and also being able to have that experience with other people of color, because that's not something that other schools typically do by reaching out and bringing students of color together, which is something that I really appreciated. I bring a very interesting perspective because I am a Black woman majoring in a male dominated field and a white dominated field, so I'm a double minority in my mechanical engineering major. And mechanical engineering is one of the least diverse engineerings that we have at OU. And so I've learned how to navigate being in classes with all white people, just a sea of white faces, sometimes being the only Black person and often being the only Black woman in these classes. And just learning how to navigate that and seek out places where I can see other people that look like me trying to get an engineering degree, like the National Society of Black Engineers, and as well as the Diversity and Inclusion Office for Engineering, to see other people of color that are pursuing a degree in engineering. So, when it comes to racist incidents on campus, I've gotten this question from a prospective student's father at a college fair I went to this semester about what was going on at OU and how the student body reacts to it and how we continue to go on even though this is happening around us, and how the university responds. So, using what happened recently specifically, I told him that we were sitting in Evans Hall and that we had refused to leave till changes were made, the changes that needed to be made were made, and that demands were met. So I let him know that whenever these incidents are occurring on campus, that the Black community really rallies together, and it's an unfortunate thing that's happening, but it's bringing us all together. Ultimately, I think it's important for us to be as transparent as possible when talking about these racist events because they are making the news. You can't shy away from it, but it's important that we let prospective students know that we aren't just standing by and letting them happen. We are taking action and we're doing what we can in our power, and that if they were to choose to come to the university, that there's going to be a community there to support them. As an out-of-state student, I think that diversity and enrichment programs can do better in regards of getting Texas students to know about Oklahoma and go up there to tour, because I think the bus trip is great, but it's not something that I heard of personally. It was something that my mom had to hear about through a friend. So I think more outreach in regards to Texas schools. I also think that diversity and enrichment programs could partner up with other organizations on campus that have similar mission statements. Like a program I'm a part of is the Sooner Engineering Education Center, and we focus on K through 12 outreach of students who think they might want to go into an engineering or STEM based field. And I think we are struggling in that organization to get students of color and actually underrepresented students, because we get the same students that have parents that are professors there and that know about their program, but we're missing out on outreach in schools in OKC and low income areas and areas with high populations of students of color. So I believe that if we had some support from DEP, that we'd be able to support the message of both organizations. I would love to continue to serve as a diversity and enrichment programs intern, because getting underrepresented students to the university and to higher education in general is something that's very important to me, because my dad was a first generation student, and without him taking that leap and having people that supported him in his endeavor, I wouldn't be sitting in the position that I am, and I wouldn't have gotten the opportunities that I have. So I want to be able to help give other first generation students opportunities and to help them navigate higher education.